Welcome to Holliston High School, Kamitian Field. I'm John Drohan, along with my new executive producer, Mr. Putvinsky. He is also running the camera today. We are here watching Holliston soccer, girls varsity soccer, where Holliston is taking on the Hopkinton Hillers on a beautiful, beautiful Thursday afternoon, and here in late October. As both teams are getting ready to take the field. Holliston coming into today's game still undefeated with one draw. In the game against Hopkinton, it was a hard-fought game. Hopkinton played strong, but Holliston was able to prevail. Hopkinton, Holliston, this is like an old-fashioned English derby between two London teams, as Holliston and Hopkinton are very close to one another. So Hopkinton has a very strong soccer program. I know this by experience and coaching youth soccer and always having a tough time against the Hopkinton team. So we'll see how things go today. Holliston's ready to go. Hopkinton is just huddling up and getting ready to their last-minute preparation. Today also is senior day here for the Holliston and Hopkinton seniors. It's their last final home game, regular season home game for the Holliston seniors. We have several of them here. And they're all starting today. So Holliston is taking the kick, and we're about to get started here with Hopkinton versus Holliston, and they're off. Ball forward back to Hopkinton. Played up by, there's one of our seniors, Sydney Brocato. Sydney Brocato on the left side. Brocato's still in, fights it. Off the head of Maggie Fitzgerald, another senior. And that goes off on Fitzgerald. It's going to be a Hopkinton throw. There's Alyssa Brocato. She is Sydney Brocato's twin sister. They are both seniors. Alyssa sends it out. It's going to be another Hopkinton throw. Alyssa playing center back, strong center back. Holliston is they have been very stingy with their goals this year, and she's a big part of that, an integral part of that. Brocato, Sydney Brocato knocks it out. Hopkinton throw. Off the head of that's Hannah Wolfgang. She's a senior down in the corner. Brocato chases. It's a fight, and it looks like it's going to go off of Hopkinton. And we'll have a goal kick by the Holliston goalkeeper, Mary Kate Ward. Mary Kate Ward, another instrumental part in Holliston's ability to shut down opponents this year. Mary Kate Ward having an excellent season in her quote-unquote rookie season here in Holliston. Ward out to about the 44-yard line. Fitzgerald up, and there's Megan that's Gwen Freely. Freely up. Gwen Freely's a senior. Out to Megan Putvinsky. Megan Putvinsky Jr. on the outside, looking for Brocato. Brocato just one step behind. Hopkinton throw. Ball in. Hopkinton step, and that's going to go out, and it's going to be a Holliston throw. Brocato with the throw in. Ball into Brocato. Popped up by Hopkinton. There's Megan Putvinsky. She gets a head on it. Fitzgerald in pursuit. Bounces off her. That stays in. There's Megan Gentile in pursuit. She can't get there. And it's off of Hopkinton. It's going to be a Holliston throw. We have an abundance of flies in the booth with us today. Yeah. All right, here we go. There's a throw in. Putvinsky gets a nice turn. Ball's in, looking for Freely. She can't get a head on it. Hopkinton pops it out. Putvinsky again. Out to Wolfgang. Wolfgang trying to control. Hopkinton player goes down. No whistle. And then Hopkinton controls. Hopkinton coming out. Luisi in pursuit. There's Freely. Freely looks. She runs into trouble. There's Wolfgang. There's Sally. Sally sends it up, and it's going to go off her. It's going to be a Hopkinton throw. Ball in. Fitzgerald's there. Luisi's there. Luisi looks in, has Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald pops off her, and there's Wolfgang. Wolfgang to Pudvinsky. Pudvinsky in traffic. There's Brocato coming from the back. Brocato's up. She gets it taken off her. Fitzgerald back to Brocato. Brocato across. Looks in the middle for Gentile. She's not there. Pudvinsky with space. Shot right at the keeper. So Pudvinsky had sort of a good look. What do you think about that look?
That was a good look, but she knows better.
That there is a relation between the Pudvinskys here. Yeah, he's been watching this one for a while. All right, ball's up. We're playing some head games, and then Gentile steps in. Ball gets sent back over the head line back to Sydney Brocato, or Alyssa Brocato. Sorry, Brocato. Brocato can't handle it. Comes back. Hopkinton has it, but there's Wolfgang to step in. There's Brocato. Sydney out front, out to the middle. Ball comes back. Past Sally. There's Mia Wolfgang. Mia Wolfgang, the sophomore. She's going to clear it out, give Holliston a chance to reset. Quick throw by Hopkinton. Hopkinton looks in the middle. Hopkinton, shot, nope. Stuffed by Fitzgerald. Ball's up. Gets cleared off a Hopkinton head. There's Pudvinsky back to help. And Ward's going to take charge, and she's going to pick it up. Ward shanks it a little bit. Goes out to about the 35-yard line. There's Freely. Sally pops it up. Hopkinton swing and a miss. And that's going to be nope, it's going to be a Hopkinton throw. She didn't get any of that. Hopkinton throw in. There's Sally, gets a head on it. Fitzgerald sends it back looking for Mia Wolfgang, but that's going to go out, and it's going to be the first corner of the game. It's going to be a Hopkinton corner. I know she didn't mean to do that, but that's all right. Holliston has Mary Kate Ward. She's like the human vacuum. All right, Hopkinton corner. Ball's up. Low corner, center. Comes in right at Ward. Yeah, they had a piece, had a shot at it. That Hopkinton forward got a foot on it. It spun, but it went right to Ward. She had a nice save. And Ward sends it well over midfield. And it bounces, bouncing towards the Hopkinton goal. There's Gentile in pursuit. Gentile watching. Freely. About to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald contains. There's Luisi. Luisi looks. Luisi has Pudvinsky. She gets a foot on it. Coming back the other way with Hopkinton. Hopkinton in space. Brocato closes that space. Ball forward. Alyssa Brocato. Wolfgang looks way forward, looking for Gentile. Gentile in pursuit. That's going to roll to the Hopkinton keeper. She sends it up the right side, and it's going to, too strong. It's going to go out. It's going to be a Holliston throw. Sydney Brocato with the throw, looking for Fitzgerald. Comes off her foot. Hopkinton and back to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald looks for Pudvinsky on the left side. Pudvinsky down the wing. Pudvinsky comes to the middle looking for Gentile. There's Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald gets a foot on it. She's stuffed. Luisi's there. And there's Alyssa Brocato. Again. Hopkins pops it forward right to Mia Wolfgang. Wolfgang keeps it in. And there's Pudvinsky in space. Pudvinsky, oh, she goes down. No whistle. They play. Popped up. Hopkins controls. She doesn't get a clean shot on it. There's Luisi. There's Wolfgang. Hannah Wolfgang looking. Sends it forward looking for Gentile. Luisi gets a piece of it. Back to Brocato. It's going to go out. It's going to be a Holliston throw. Brocato, strong throw in. Over the head of Fitzgerald. She gets there. She gets a foot on it. Now she's up looking for Freely. There's Gentile. Ball forward. Here comes Wolfgang, intercepts. Wolfgang forward. Wolfgang looking for Freely. Freely on the right side. Freely still on the right side. Freely makes a move. Looks in. Gets stuffed and earns herself a corner. Nice play by Gwen Freely. We have the whole Freely contingent that's sitting up here near the press box. Yeah. It's a whole bunch of Freelys up here. Here's Maggie Fitzgerald to take the corner. Holliston likes their set plays. Ball's up. Low. It bounces. Shouldn't get all of that one. A little wide.
Let's go, Red!
It's going to be a Hopkinton kick out. Sends it up to her right side. Mia Luisi gets a head on it. Freely with a foot. Freely pressing. Freely still there. Ball gets popped out and then sent back. And there's Luisi again. Luisi in the middle. And that goes off a Hopkinton player. It's going to be a Holliston throw. Sally with the throw. Sally looking for Luisi. Too strong. Back to Sally. She gets a body on it, but then it comes forward. There's Wolfgang. Brocato in pursuit. Brocato's going to shield that. Not enough. Gets around her, but there's her sister to help her out. Alyssa Brocato sends the ball forward. Intercepted by Hopkinton. And there's Wolfgang. Wolfgang pops it over the fence. It's like a good foul ball. We're 10 minutes into it. What do you think? How do you think we're looking so far?
Very even play, back and forth. It looks very competitive out there.
Strong kick in by Hopkinton, but that's going to go right to Ward. She one-hops it, and she's going to contain it, give everybody a chance to reset. Ward's going to kick it out. Ward known for, it's like an NFL punter. She sends this one down to the 40-yard line. Hopkins steps. Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald controls it. Nice play by Fitzgerald. Come down with it. And then she goes into traffic, and that gets away from her. Brocato with the throw. It is a back-and-forth game. The Hopkinton corner was a little bit of a threat. They had an opportunity there. Mary Kate Ward made a nice save. Here comes Hopkinton again, looking forward, looking on the left side. It's going to be too strong, and that's going to roll out across the end line. It's going to be a Holliston goal kick. All right, we have our first substitution of the game. Megan Gentile goes out. Ellie Burke comes in, number 11. Ellie Burke, known for her hard-nosed play. Her dad, Scott Burke, of course, probably a first-round Hall of Famer in the Old Man Softball League here in Holliston. Ward with the kick out. Looking for Luisi. She's not there. Ball forward. Here comes Brocato. Ball comes back, and we have 3 Holliston, but Ward's going to take care of it. So just over 10 minutes. Ward with the kick out. No score yet. Podvinsky. Podvinsky looking on her left side for Brocato. Oh, no, she's in the middle. There's a big mess of people, and it's Fitzgerald in the middle of that. But Hopkinton comes away with it, and here they go. They're sending the ball forward. Hopkinton in pursuit. Mia Wolfgang with a nice play, nice turn, looking for the other Mia Luisi. Luisi finds Podvinsky. Podvinsky goes down, and there's a whistle. It's going to be a Holliston kick. Holliston free kick's going to be taken by Sydney Brocato.
Let's go, Red!
Sydney Brocato free kick from about the 49-yard line. Ball's up. Long kick. Bounces to the Hopkinton keeper. She bobbles it. And she comes down with it. Quick rollout up their right side. Podvinsky with a nice tackle. Podvinsky looks. Podvinsky looking in, looking for Freely. There's a little bit of a mess. Keeper plays out to her wing. Ball comes up. Sally can't get a piece of it, but that's going to go out of bounds. It's going to be a Holliston throw. Podvinsky had a nice look inside. Here comes Caroline Sally with the throw. She's looking for Fitzgerald. Too strong. Hopkinton controls. They turn. We'll do it again. Sally with the throw. Strong throw. She takes a run at it. Over the head of Fitzgerald. Ball pops up. There's Freely. Freely tries to get a head on it. And Holliston's going to keep it. Sally's going to throw it again. Sally with the throw. Long throw. Looking for goal. Has Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald gets Burke one time. Oh! Fitzgerald has a nice flip to Burke. Burke one times it just to the right over the top of the goal. Nice opportunity there for Holliston. It was good. It's coming off the Sally throw. Hopkinton plays out, plays to their back, send it long forward. She tries to turn, but there's Hannah Wolfgang, but off her foot, it's going to be a Hopkinton throw. And throw in. Putvinsky gets a head on it. Fitzgerald fights. And it's going to go back to Holliston. Brocato with the throw. Off the head of Burke. Off the foot of Burke. And Hopkins is going to take it. Here's your throw. In. Burke to Putvinsky. Putvinsky gets a foot on it, sends it forward. Freely coming across. She can't get there in time. Hopkins clears forward to Alyssa Brocato, gets ahead. Here comes Hopkins on the turn. Hopkins in the middle. Sally tries to step in. She closes. There's Mia Wolfgang. She sends it forward. It's blocked. Ball come back. Wolfgang still has it. And Wolfgang clears it. Things got messy there for a minute. Hopkins quick throw. There's Luisi. Luisi pressure. Ball forward to Brocato. Ball out. Brocato's got Putvinsky. Putvinsky gets a foot. She can't step. Here comes Hopkinton back. Step in. Ball comes in. It's going to bounce twice to Ward. She'll catch it easily. So Hopkinton trying to put some pressure, not organized pressure, but they're pressuring. So Hopkinton, they're a strong athletic team. They're keeping the ball down at Holliston end, which Holliston's not really used to that. Here we go. Ball forward. Putvinsky. Putvinsky gets position. She's coming up the left side. Putvinsky up the left side. Putvinsky looks in for Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald drops out to Freely. She tries to one time and just misses it with her left foot. Easy save for the Hopkinton keeper. And she sends it out. She sends a bomb onto the 35-yard line. There's Wolfgang. She needs it up to Brocato. And it's going to be a, oh no, that's still in. That's Wolfgang still has it. Hopkinton pressure at the flag. And it's going to be a Holliston throw right at the flag. Here comes Brocato. Strong throw. Looks for Burke. Burke gets a head on it, but she's pressured. And Putvinsky clears. It's going to be a Hopkinton throw. We got some subs coming in for Hopkinton. Putvinsky gets a head on. She's looking for Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald, a knee and a foot, tries to turn it. Freely's there, but she's stuffed. There's Fitzgerald. Oh, Fitzgerald pressured, but it's off Hopkinton. It's going to be a Holliston throw. Throw in Fitzgerald. She gets ahead, sends it back, but Hopkinton's got it under control. Here they come again. Hopkinton down the middle. There's Sally. She intercepts. She's able to handle, but pressure by Hopkinton. They control. They still have it. She looks back in, but there's Hannah Wolfgang. Hannah Wolfgang sends it forward. Hopkinton forward. Wolfgang again. She sends it back. So it's Hannah Wolfgang playing catch with Hopkins. They send it forward. Here comes. There she is again. She's got Putvinsky. Putvinsky with position. Putvinsky back to the goal. Plays forward. Putvinsky. Whistle blows. Goes down. It's going to be a Holliston free. Brocato sends a long kick forward. There's Burke in pursuit, but that's going to go out of bounds. Matt, what do you think about how we're spending a little more time than usual down in our end?
A little nerve-wracking right now. And like you said, they're just not used to that. So, but they haven't had any shots, which is interesting, except for that corner kick.
So here they go again. So Holliston playing back, and I mean it's not the end of the world that you play in your own end. Many teams that's their strategy, and Holliston has a strong enough back line where they can do it as long as they stay organized. Hannah Wolfgang sends it forward. She's got Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald on the outside looking for Sally. Sally pushing forward, has Freely. Here comes Freely on the right side. Freely still with the ball on the right side. Freely makes a move. It's coming around. Freely tries to send it and just blocked. There's Luisi. Luisi gets foot Freely again. Freely pops it up. Hopkinton pops it out. There's Mia Wolfgang to stuff that back to Hannah. Hannah Wolfgang. She gets a foot on it. Sally. Sally sends it across to Brocato. They switch sides. Brocato sends it long forward, looking for Fitzgerald and Podvinsky. Podvinsky's going to come down with it. Podvinsky on the end. And it looks like it's going to be a Hopkinton goal kick. We have a Hopkinton player down after a little contact down by the corner. So we're halfway to the halfway. Matt, I brought my checkbook just in case I need to write a check. Matt Bavinsky here. He's you never know when you're going to need your checkbooks. We have a timeout on the field. Hopkinton player. She's looks she's okay, and here comes a Hopkinton goal kick out, and it's going to go out of bounds. It's going to turn over to Holliston. Sydney Brocato is going to make the throw. Sydney Brocato having an all-star season this year as a right back. Teams time and time again try and take that ball up the Holliston right side, and they are time and time again run into the proverbial brick wall of Sydney Brocato. Of course, standing right next to her is her sister, Alyssa Brocato. Oh, it's like the wall of Brocato. It sounds like some kind of World War II battlefield. Where did you fight? Oh, we fought at the wall of Brocato, right? I'll have to tell Eric Brocato. Eric Brocato is our executive producer who bailed on us in the. All right, we're back to play. There's Podvinsky, send it forward. She's looking for Freely in the middle. Hopkinton is all over that. Hopkinton comes up. They have the ball at midfield. Header forward. Hopkinton still in. They're pressuring. Here they come. Hopkins sends the ball forward to the right side, but it's just may not make it out, and it's just a little too strong. Quick throw in by Holliston. Podvinsky, head. Hopkinton, strong deep. She turns around, she grabs it, and then here they come again. There's Burke, though. Burke gets a piece of it, looking for Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald in pursuit, but Hopkinton's there. Hopkinton swings it back to their side. Hopkinton looking around. They play back. Reset. Here they go. Send the ball forward. She pops it forward, and there's Mia Wolfgang looking for her sister Hannah. Hop again forward. Here comes the ball forward again, and it's going to be Mary Kate Ward. Police that up. Ward, long, high kick. We're going to fair catch that one. There's Podvinsky. She pops it high looking for Fitzgerald. Oh, she's got it back again. Podvinsky up in the air. She goes down hard, but she gets up. Her dad's not worried. He said she's a piece of steel. She is a tough kid. So Podvinsky gets up. She's okay. Ball back in play. There's Alyssa Brocato, gets a head on it. And here comes Wolfgang. Wolfgang in the middle looking forward for Freely. Just a little too strong. That rolls to the Hopkinton keeper. Here we go again. She sends a low one out. There's Luisi. Luisi steps up. She gets a piece of it. Back to Sydney Brocato. Sydney Brocato pops one into the middle. There's Podvinsky. Podvinsky can't handle it. But Burke's right there to pressure. Ball forward, hits Brocato. Hannah Wolfgang looking for Burke. A little too strong. Podvinsky pressure. Burke has Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald looks it. Nope. Fitzgerald gets it taken off her, and here comes Hopkinton again. But there's Wolfgang. I have to say that the Holliston midfield play is probably, that's the difference maker. So you have players, you have the Mia Luisi, that center midfield play that they've had all season long between Mia Luisi and Hannah Wolfgang. It's almost every, and Ellie Burke as well. Ellie Burke as well. Addie Capabianco plays there as well. They have just, it seems like any ball that comes in, there's no uncontested balls that come into the middle. So there's Alyssa Brocato, strong pressure. Hopkins turns, pops it up. Sydney Brocato, she's pressuring as well. Sydney Brocato looks like she's boxing out Will Chamberlain there. It's going to be a Holliston goal kick. Here comes Ward. Ward kick up the left side. Kept in by Podvinsky. There's Fitzgerald. Podvinsky steps, but Hopkinton's there. There's Wolfgang looking for Luisi. Luisi looks outside to Sally. Sally pops it forward one time. And there's Freely in pursuit. Freely pressure. Hopkinton controls. They try and keep it, and they do. She turns, but there's Sally pops it up again. There's Ava Bergeloff in the game. Ava Bergeloff tries to get a piece of it. Ball gets sent forward. There's Burke. Burke, strong. Bergeloff looks to the outside for Podvinsky. Podvinsky on the left side. Podvinsky with a little space looks in, gets closed in on three Hopkinton players, and here they come back the other way. Hopkins there, but there's Alyssa Brocato. Alyssa Brocato clears it. It gives Holliston a chance to reset. And here's your throw. Hopkins tries to pop it over the head of Burke, but a little too strong, goes out of bounds. Now it's Holliston. And a sub coming in. There is Addie Capabianco coming in, giving Mia Luisi a break. Brocato throws in over the head of Podvinsky. She tries to pop it forward. There's Hopkinton. She pops it, but just wide. It's out of bounds. Will be a Holliston throw again. Throw in. Looking for Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald gets, that's Ava Bergeloff. There's been some discussion as to the correct pronunciation of Ava's last name. Talking to her father, Dave Bergeloff, he said he's fine if we either interpretation of Bergeloff or Bergeloff. He did agree that Bergeloff does roll better off the tongue, especially during the announcing of the game. Okay, Hopkins has the ball back, and they're throwing it in. There's Podvinsky. She pops it forward with her left foot. Hopkins center back sends it strong forward into a sea of red. We got a whistle. We got a Hopkinton player down. Okay, we're getting ready to start action back up again. We're at the 26.5-minute mark here, with still a score of 0-0. We had a couple of scoring opportunities, a couple of possibilities. However, no real threats by either team yet. So here we go. Ball gets sent easily to Mary Kate Ward. She plays out, and Hopkinton taking the ball forward. Hopkinton and Holliston's end. They send forward Alyssa Brocato in pursuit, but a very fast Hopkinton player. She tries to get run, but there's not enough real estate. Here comes Ward. Wait, we have a sub coming in. Hold on. All right, we have Freely. Gwen Freely's going to take a break, and we have Mia Luisi coming in. Looks like she's going to. Luisi's going to be playing up. That's right. So we'll see what that strategy is for Coach Chadsey. All right. Back in play. Hopkinton pops the ball forward. There's Wolfgang. Wolfgang gets a foot on it. There's Luisi. Luisi playing up, but Luisi, of course, finds her way back to the midfield. And Hopkinton forward. Wolfgang. Burke. Capabianco. Here comes back to Wolfgang. Hannah Wolfgang tries to pop it forward up the left side looking for Podvinsky. It's going to be Podvinsky. Look at her. She keeps it in with a head. She's got Fitzgerald. There's Burke, pops it forward. Podvinsky again. Podvinsky with a head, keeping it in on the left side. Podvinsky in traffic. Got a Hopkinton player goes down, and the whistle goes, and it's going to be a Hopkinton free. She gets up a little slowly, but it looks like she's going to be okay. Okay. Oh no, she's still moving slow. All right. Yep, she's going to get subbed out. Another player coming in, and it's going to be a Hopkinton free kick at the Hopkinton 14-yard line. And here it comes. Ball's up over midfield, over the head of Hannah Wolfgang. There's Sydney Brocato. Sorry, Alyssa Brocato. I'm sorry, Alyssa. That was Alyssa Brocato. Sends a ball long forward. There's Sydney. Sydney off the back of her head, but that's going to go out. It's going to stay Hopkinton. Hopkinton, quick throw. In looking for, there's contact. Oh, looks like an errant throw. It's going to be a Holliston throw. Subs coming in. Ava Bergloff goes out. Maggie Fitzgerald comes back in. Brocato with the throw, looking for Fitzgerald. There's Burke. Hopkinton pops it forward down the right side. Still in, and then it's out. Brocato, quick throw, looking for Podvinsky. Podvinsky gets position, tries to turn it. Hopkinton player plays it, but we're going to do it again. Brocato looking for Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald's there. There's Burke, pops it forward. And there's Luisi pressure. Luisi, she gets a piece of it, but it's going to be a quick Hopkinton throw. Throw out there out to midfield. Sends it forward. Wolfgang intercepts. Wolfgang in traffic, sends it forward, looking for Podvinsky. Off Hopkinton. Here comes Hopkinton back the other way. Brocato stuffed. There's Mia Wolfgang in pursuit. Mia Wolfgang looks. She looks back for Brocato. Brocato keeps it. Brocato with position. She turns, and that's going to be a Holliston throw off the foot of a Hopkinton player. Just over 30 minutes gone here. And ball thrown in. Hopkinton keeps it. She turns it, sends it back the other way, but it's going to go across the end line. So Hopkins is still applying pressure, still spending some time down in Holliston's end. That's the one thing. It's the ball's down in your end. You're not worried about getting scored on too much. So, maybe part of their strategy is to try and really apply pressure just to keep Holliston off the offensive, because once Holliston does go on the offensive, oftentimes that results in scoring. Okay, here we go. Brocato with the throw from the 35-yard line. Looking for Fitzgerald into traffic. There's Capabianco, strong forward, but she can't get a piece of it. Luisi gets there. She goes down, stays up, ball's still in. Out to there's Wolfgang and Capabianco. Luisi watches. Hopkins controls to the left side. Wolfgang strong. Wolfgang goes down. No whistle. Here we go. Ball forward again. Hopkins keeps it. Looks. Stuffed by Burke. Burke was there to put a stop to that. Burke's getting a talking to by the ref. I think they're just checking her out, make sure she's okay. She's like, of course I'm okay. And we talked about Burke. Burke comes from good stock. All right, here comes Hopkinton to throw. Big traffic. There's Capabianco there. Sally gets ahead on it, and it pops out. Hopkinton's going to do it again. They throw in. Sally tries to get it. Here it goes. There's Brocato. Brocato pops it up, and it's out. Alyssa Brocato to come to clear that out. Here's Hopkinton deep in Holliston territory. Nope. They turn it over. Here comes Holliston going to throw it back. Sally with the throw. Out to Fitzgerald. We have a whistle. And we're going to do a quick substitution. Here comes Capabianco's coming out. Gwen Freely's coming back in. All right, Freely's going to move to the top. Here comes Sally. Sally running throw. Looking for Luisi. And off a Hopkinton player. We're going to do it again from about midfield. Sally strong throw looking for Fitzgerald. Hopkinton intercepts. There's Freely with a step. Freely trying to get position. There's Burke. Burke comes in over the head of Freely. Big mess in the middle, but then it gets cleared out by Hopkinton. Ooh, that was getting scary there for a minute for Hopkinton. Gwen Freely almost had position. We have a big, strong contingent of Hopkinton fans here today. Yep. Uh-oh, here's Luisi. Luisi with a step. Oh, intercepted by Hopkinton again. Through the legs of Luisi and out for Hopkinton on the left side. Here they come. Strong kick intercepted by Sally. Ball forward. Wolfgang. Wolfgang sends it way forward. There's Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald with a step. Fitzgerald stays on her feet. Goes down. There's Podvinsky coming all the way from the other side. Hopkins clears out. There's Wolfgang. Wolfgang up. Cleared back out. Here comes Hopkinton. Here comes Brocato and Hopkinton. A big collision at about the 40-yard line. And both players get up. And looks like it's going to be a Holliston free. That looked ugly. Brocato looks like she's okay, but there's Mia Luisi. Luisi looks like she got hurt. We didn't even see her. She looks like Luisi was down on the far right side. She's coming back out. She's coming out, and Ava Bergloff's going to replace her. So a lot of contact here today. We're just about the 35-minute mark. And here comes a free kick by Holliston. Sydney Brocato sends it forward. Looks for Freely. Freely gets a foot on it. Hopkinton header. There's Fitzgerald, gets position. Oh, we got a handball. We got a handball. Wow. So we had a Hopkinton handball. And as Eric Brocato says about his daughter, Sydney, this is well within her range. So Holliston with a great opportunity right here. Direct from about the 22-yard line. And Hopkinton's going to take a timeout on this one. Looks like he's trying to take a timeout. And ref's not going to give it to him. Oh. Okay, here we go. Still not sure about the timeout rules. Here comes Sydney Brocato, free kick. Ball's up. Brocato strikes it hard. Strong strike. Great save by the Hopkinton keeper. Whoa. She hammered that ball. She hit that ball as hard as you're going to hit it. And the Hopkinton keeper, we're looking for her name. Great save by Hopkinton. Sydney Brocato with a strong strike and strong hands for that Hopkinton keeper to keep it out of that goal. So the score remains 0-0. Great opportunity. There's a ball in her. Here comes Holliston, but cleared out again by Hopkinton. Oh, Sydney Brocato up pushing the ball in. And here's her sister, Alyssa. Alyssa sends the ball in. That's going to bounce a couple times, but we're going to whistle. It's going to be nope, no whistle. Hopkinton keeper. Out to midfield. Ball's up. There's Freely. That's Freely. Freely on the left side. Freely. Nope. It's going to go off. Holliston's going to keep it. Too bad these towns almost have the same name. This is usually about the time where Megan Podvinsky takes things into her own hands. So We'll see what she can do. We have Megan's playing. Megan's looks like she's positioned up top. So that's probably not by accident. There she is. Podvinsky intercepts. Back to Wolfgang. Wolfgang looking for Freely. Freely gets a nice turn. Keeps the ball in. Freely on the left side. Freely on the left side. Freely looks in. There's Fitzgerald, but Hopkinton's there. But there's Sidney Brocato. Sidney Brocato to Wolfgang. Wolfgang looks. Wolfgang looks. Look for Sally on the right side. Sally up. Sally sends the ball in. Strong shot. Keeper makes a nice play from Sally from distance. But as Holliston has found out, the Hopkinton keeper is here to play. Long kick out front. Ball rolls down to Holliston, and there's Mia Wolfgang. Sorry, Mia Wolfgang almost got it, but then it goes to the Holliston keeper. Mary Kay Ward sends it out. High ball out to midfield. Intercepted by Hopkinton. Brocato. Brocato again. Brocato to the other Brocato. She sends it forward, looking for Freely over her head. And there's Freely, crashes through, and here she comes away with it. Freely down the left side. Freely down the left side. She's got Fitzgerald in the middle for Freely. One hops it to the keeper. She had Fitzgerald and Bergeloff coming down streaking down the side, but Freely tries to turn it, and it bounces right to the keeper. Ball comes out, midfield. Brocato steps in. Hopkinton pops it forward. And that's going to be Mary Kay Ward's going to police that up. Almost at the end of the first half, still scored 0-0. Ward pops it out to midfield. There's Bergeloff. Bergeloff steps. She gets a piece. She keeps it. There goes Freely. Freely looks. Freely's got Burke. Burke on the left side. Burke looks. Burke tries to get it forward. Here comes Freely. Freely with the ball on the left side. Here she comes again. Freely looks in to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald can't handle it. Wolfgang out of nowhere pops it up right towards the goal. She got the outside of her foot on that. Almost popped it over the keeper's head. I don't know if she was trying to shoot at that point, but she definitely made something happen. There you go. Ball out to midfield. Hannah Wolfgang. Brocato tries to keep it in. Can't do it. And there's your throw. Hopkins starting to feel the pressure. The ball's up. Sally steps in. She sends it forward. Hopkinton looks, and she clears it. It's going to be a Holliston throw. In the closing seconds here of the first half, ball goes out. And there's Fitzgerald. Who's that? That's Maggie Fitzgerald that just went down hard, almost on the track. She gets up. She's okay. It's going to be a Hopkinton throw. I think she wanted the ball on that one. Here's a throw over the head of Bergeloff. There's Wolfgang. Wolfgang pops up. It's going to go out of bounds. And Hopkinton throw. Podvinsky. She gets a head on it. Wolfgang forward. And that's going to be it for the first half. So very physical first half. Couple of good opportunities for Holliston. Hopkinton too had a shot or two, but we are at 0-0 here in probably one of the nicest days we've had all year. So we'll be right back after a short break for the second half. Holliston versus Hopkinton, score of 0-0. Okay, we're back starting the second half here of Holliston versus Hopkinton. Old-fashioned derby. Game, no score through the first 40 minutes as they change sides, and Hopkinton is, they are holding their own. They are holding their own. So we have a 0-0 score. Holliston's had their opportunities, some good goal play by Hopkinton, and some strong defense by Hopkinton as well. But Holliston, too, has really done a great job of kind of minimizing any real offensive threat. But still, score remains 0-0, and we're back. It's Caroline Sally up the right side. Alyssa Brocato quickly out to midfield, looking for Luisi. Gets a touch. There's Fitzgerald. She gets a touch. Luisi forward, looking for Freely. Freely turns. She's not going to get there. Ball stays in, moves up. Hopkinton forward. Hopkinton up their left side. And she runs out of space. Sally with the throw, looking for Freely. Freely in traffic. Fitzgerald's there. There's Wolfgang. Wolfgang turns it off a Hopkins head. There's Freely. Freely watches it go out. Sally with the throw. Sally throwing in, looking for Luisi. Ball pops out over Sally's head. She's going to do it again. So a very physical first half. And here we go. There's Freely. Freely with some space, but she runs into a sea of Hopkinton. Sally's going to take her patented long throw. She throws the ball in, looks. There's Luisi. Luisi gets a foot on it. It comes out. There's Wolfgang. Wolfgang pressure. Hopkinton playing forward in Holliston's end. Freely intercepts. Freely turns. Nothing. Hopkinton throw. Ball in. Sally gets a foot on it. She's looking for Burke, but she's not there. But there's Wolfgang. Wolfgang sends it forward. Fitzgerald pushing. Fitzgerald pressure. Fitzgerald's still there. Hopkinton makes a nice turn and get that ball out, cleared out. Now it's out to midfield to Alyssa Brocato. Over her head. She tries to pop it up with her foot. Goes straight up. Burke. Hopkins is doing a good job in getting to those balls, those air balls. Hopkinton on their left side. High ball. Sally gets a piece of it. Goes backwards to Brocato. Brocato forward. Brocato looks on the left side for her sister, Sydney. Here comes Sydney up. Holliston left side. Sydney up the left side. Brocato still going. Runs into traffic, and it gets taken off her by... she just can't keep it in. Hopkins turns it, but it's going to be a Holliston throw. Sydney, quick throw. Looking for Luisi. Luisi, ball goes by her. There's Hopkinton, but she clears it out. It's going to be another throw. Here they go again. Hopkins looking in. Luisi's looking, Fitzgerald looking right into the sun on this throw-in. Brocato looks for Wolfgang. There's Burke. Burke for Luisi. Luisi just past her. Trouble in front of the goal. The keeper comes out. Holliston gets a corner. All right, so here we go. Holliston corner again. They like those set plays. Maggie Fitzgerald. Here comes Fitzgerald on the Holliston corner. That keeper is looking into that sun. Ball comes up high, good corner. Ball in. Keeper pops it to Freely's foot. Nope. Wolfgang pops. There's Luisi over her head. And it did bump into Luisi's head just overhead. And it's going to be a goal kick by Hopkinton. Hopkinton was a good ball in. Again, the Hopkinton keeper there. She made a nice play, popped that ball out. And here we go again. Out to the right side. Over the head of Fitzgerald. Brocato tries to keep it in traffic. Pops it forward. Looking for Luisi. Luisi, out of real estate. Here we go. Hopkins keeper Kristen McCluskey sends the ball out to the right side. Here's played forward. Hopkins coming forward up the right side. There's Brocato to stuff it, but Hopkins is going to reset. Here they come. Hopkinton on their right side in Holliston territory. Ball in. Double team. Ball back out. She stays on the right side. Looks. Brocato with a header. Strong header. Luisi gets a foot on it. Sends it back towards Holliston. Here they go. Fitzgerald in pursuit. They're playing. They try and reverse to the outside. Keeper's out of position. There's Freely. Freely intercepts. Freely on the right side, but she runs into traffic. Hopkinton keeper Kristen McCluskey came out of the goal, thought she was going to have a chance at it, and there was Gwen Freely. Remind everybody just how fast she was. Here comes Caroline Sally, throw in, looking for Luisi over her head, and Hopkinton keeps it, ball, sends it forward. Mia Wolfgang, she's there. Alyssa Brocato, forward. Bounces off Sally. Here comes, there's Alyssa Brocato to step in and stop that. Looking for Luisi. Luisi gets bumped from behind. There's a whistle. It's going to be Holliston free. Here comes Sydney Brocato. This might be just out of her range, but this is where things get dangerous. So Brocato with a big kick. Here we go. Sends the ball forward. Ball's up. Ball cleared by Hopkinton. Nice play. Here they come. Hopkinton up there right side, long into the middle. Send it forward. There's Wolfgang. Wolfgang's there. Wolfgang turns it looking for Brocato, but she sends it out of bounds. Going to be a Hopkinton throw. Ball in. Over the head of the Hopkinton player. Sydney Brocato pounds it out to the midfield. Well over midfield. There's Fitzgerald's there. Ball's bouncing. There's Luisi's there. Hopkinton with a header. There's Ellie Burke. Ellie Burke on the right side. Here comes Burke. She controls it, sends it back in the middle to Freely. Freely's there just as he gets a foot on it. That's Kristen McCluskey again. Hopkinton keeper just able to outrun Gwen Freely. Freely almost got a toe on it. That would have been trouble. Ball comes out to midfield. There's Burke. Ellie Burke made a nice run on that play. Nice ball into Gwen Freely. Hopkinton throw on their left side. Ball into midfield. Step. A lot of traffic. Hopkinton keeps it. Holliston D. There's Alyssa Brocato to Freely. Freely on the outside. Freely turns. Nice turn. Freely coming up the right side. She sends it forward. Looking for Fitzgerald. Here comes the keeper again. She's going to keep it. A little too strong for Fitzgerald. All right, here we go. Kristen McCluskey sends it out to the right side. It's going to bounce high. Too high. Here comes Holliston's throw. Brocato to Luisi. Luisi over her head. Hopkinton keeps it. She's out of bounds, so it's going to be a Holliston throw again. Brocato throw in. Ball's up. There's Luisi. Luisi with fighting for position. Tries to turn it. Hopkinton defender keeps it, and then she stuffs it. Tries to send off Luisi, but he just missed her. Brocato way deep in Hopkinton's end. Brocato steps. There's Fitzgerald with position. Looks back. Just looking for Brocato. Can't get it. And we're going to have a Hopkinton goal kick. It's a good thing to bring your checkbook to the game, too, just in case you have to make a bet. Like in case you and I, talking to Matt Podvinsky, our executive producer today, who he didn't even know he was an executive producer until today. All right, ball's in. Coming up the right side of Hopkinton, there's Alyssa Brocato. She holds position. It's going to be a Holliston throw. 50 minutes in. Brocato looks for Wolfgang over her head. Hopkinton. Hopkinton pops it up. Ball forward. There's Alyssa Brocato. Sends it well over midfield. Looking for Freely. There's Freely on the run. Freely. And that's going to go out. It's going to be a Hopkinton throw. Throws in over her head. There's Sally. She gets a piece of it. Sally with the throw. Long throw in. Looking for Fitzgerald over her head. There's Fitzgerald. Gets it back. And cleared out by Hopkinton. We're going to have another Holliston throw down in Hopkinton territory. Sally. Luisi. Through her. Out in front of the Hopkinton goal. But there's nobody with a red jersey in front of that goal. So Kristen McCluskey makes another. She sends it out. Hopkinton right side, intercepted by Hopkinton. She gets a head on it, and it's forward. Hopkinton forward. Brocato steps in. Wolfgang steps in. Burke steps in. Oh, there's she's onside. Hopkinton sends on the right side. Tries to take a shot, but didn't get a clean strike on it. Goes wide. So it's going to be a Holliston goal kick. Kristen Ward. There she goes. Over the head of Hannah Wolfgang. There's Luisi. Luisi gets it taken off her. Hopkinton keeps it. And into traffic. Brocato steps. There's Wolfgang. Wolfgang steps. She's stuck. Here comes Hopkinton. Sally up. There's contact there. There's Burke. Burke comes away with it. Burke looking forward for Luisi. Luisi into traffic. She goes down. Luisi gets hit hard, and she's still down. All right, we have a player down. We're going to take a short break while they attend to Mia Luisi and see how she's doing. Okay, we're back and from the injury timeout, and it's going to be a Holliston free kick. Sydney Brocato from the Hopkinton 30-yard line. Oh, no, it's not. Sydney was under the impression it was at the 30. The official corrected her and said it's at the actual 32. Here we go. Sydney Brocato. Ball up. Strong kick. High up. Over the crossbar. Wow. She was there. Ball was there. Just a little bit too high. That would have been a tough ball. Any little bit lower would have been a tough ball for that Hopkinton keeper. But, again, Brocato was on target. Another good scoring opportunity for Holliston. Here comes Hopkinton up there, right side. Nice move. Step in, there's Brocato. Brocato, ball pops it out. It's going to be Hopkinton ball. Throw in. Burke gets a head on it. Hopkinton, Fitzgerald's there. Ball forward, there's Sally. Sally gets a knee on it. There's Wolfgang. Wolfgang pops it up. Hopkinton retains control. There's Sydney Brocato. Brocato up her left side. Brocato forward. Brocato looking for somebody, looking for Ava Bergeloff, who's in the game now. And it's cleared out by Hopkinton. It's going to be a Holliston throw. There's Brocato. Brocato to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald with her back to the goal. Looking. She turns. Sends it forward. There's Burke. Burke's there. Burke pops it up. Looking for Sally. Sally over her head. She's trying to keep it in, but just too much. Ball's in. There comes Wolfgang. Wolfgang turns it, sends it forward. Hopkins, a big contact on the other side. Who's that? Contact on the other side, and now we have another player down, another Holliston player down. That's Caroline Sally. She gets up slowly, but she too is made of steel. And they're going to take a look at her. Yeah, Hopkinton player. She's speaking to the official. Yeah, it's going to be, they called a foul on Hopkinton, so it's going to be a free kick. Brocato's going to take the free kick. Sally's okay. Hopkinton's okay. Back to play. Brocato in. Over the head of Wolfgang. There's Bergeloff. Bergeloff forward. Bergeloff pressuring on the left side. Bergeloff keeps it. And, Holliston's going to keep that ball. Here comes Luisi back in the game for Capobianco. And here comes Brocato. Brocato with the throw deep in Hopkinton territory. Throw looking for Luisi. Luisi pops it backwards with her head. There's Freely, but Kristen McCluskey able to control it easily. She sends it out well over midfield. Sally She gets a piece that looked like a hit of Hopkinton hand, but no whistle. Hopkinton keeps the ball. They send it forward. And there's Brocato. Brocato doesn't get all of it. Alyssa Brocato gets a head on it. And here comes Hopkinton still pressuring. Hopkinton popping the ball up. Still down in Holliston's end. Sending it forward up the right side. Here comes a Hopkinton back on the right side. She looks in, still in, looks back. Ball gets sent in, swell. Just missed by Hopkinton player. Here comes Wolfgang. Wolfgang the other way. Wolfgang looking forward for Fitzgerald. Hopkins steps in. There's Bergoloff. Bergoloff keeps it in. Then it's out. Good turn by Hannah Wolfgang. Looking for Fitzgerald, and Bergoloff was there. Tried to send it forward on the counter. Here comes Hopkinton. She can't hold it. And here comes, now it's Holliston ball. Brocato throw. Brocato sends it forward, looking for Luisi and Freely. There's Brocato again. Both Brocatos there step in now. There's Burke. Burke pops it up. Here comes Hopkinton. Brocato plays back to Wolfgang. Wolfgang across. Hopkinton pressuring. To the other Wolfgang. Hannah Wolfgang gets a fun. Keeps it in. There's Bergoloff. Bergoloff keeps it. She keeps it again. Nice move by Ava Bergoloff on the inside. Brings it to the inside. Sends it forward looking for Luisi. She's not there. Hopkinson's back. Ball up. Brocato shields again. Brocato is one of those, should be a great rebounder in basketball. All about position. The throw. Wolfgang. Two backwards heads, and there's Wolfgang chasing it up the left side. Wolfgang applying pressure. Hopkins not giving in. It's going to be a Holliston throw. Luisi. Luisi turns, looks in, has Freely. Holliston's going to throw it again. Luisi had a nice turn, tried to get Freely. Freely was trying to get position. Brocato. Luisi stuffs it. Luisi in traffic. Ball comes out. There's Burke with a step. Burke tries to get a piece of it. Here comes Hopkinton. She's chasing it. She's got wheels. Not like Wolfgang tries to keep it, but tries to shield, but that ball stays in and gets stuffed. Wolfgang tried to shield, but there was too much space between the ball and the sideline. Almost trouble for her. Hopkinton's got some fast forwards, and they have to meet Mia Wolfgang, arguably one of the fastest kids in the league. Okay, we're 58 in. Here we go. Mary Kate Ward kicking it out. Out to about the 40. There's Bergoloff. Wolfgang tries to step in. Hopkins keeps it forward. She still keeps it in. That's Brocato. Brocato, yeah. Brocato misplays, and there goes, earned a corner. Here comes a Hopkinton corner. Still no score. No score at the 58-minute mark. Hopkinton corner. Here we go. And we have a disagreement by the officials right now. They're going to talk about it. I wish we had a replay we could watch. Actually, we do. If we could play that back. And, Holliston avoids a possible goal or corner kick, and it's going to be a Holliston goal kick. I don't know. Hopkinton fans don't agree with that. Here we go. Mary Kate Ward out the left side, bounces. Catches, inadvertently catches a Hopkinton hand, but catches a hand nonetheless, and it's going to be a Holliston free. Here comes Brocato. The designated free kicker for Holliston. Ball's up. Strong kick forward, intercepted by Hopkinton. And it's going to go out. Hopkinton. Yeah, it's going to be Hopkinton turnover. Here goes Hopkinton ball. Here's a throw. That ball goes off the foot of Hannah Wolfgang, and we'll do it again. Ball in. Off a Hopkinton head, another one. There's Fitzgerald, misses her. She misses her again. There's Bergloff. Bergloff sends it forward. Played by Hopkinton, cleared, moved to the left side. There's Sally, tries to step in, almost does. The ball gets by her. There's Wolfgang to save her. There's Mia Luisi. Mia Luisi back to the goal. On the right side, looks forward. Looking for Freely. Freely's not there. Ball comes back forward. There's Brocato. Brocato steps in, sends it in. And here comes Hopkinton. Hopkinton plays forward. They pop it up. Alyssa Brocato forward. Back to Hopkinton. Hopkinton on the left side. They send it in. Alyssa Brocato again. Wolfgang. Wolfgang looks. Wolfgang to Freely. Freely with her back to the goal. Looks to the right side looking for Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald gets a foot on it. Back to Freely. Pass Freely. It's taken by Hopkinton. Burke gets a piece of it. And there's Brocato. Tries to get position. There's Alyssa Brocato again. Here she comes. Alyssa Brocato up the left side in space. Looks forward. Has Freely. Freely can't handle it. There's Wolfgang. Wolfgang steps up. Sends it forward. Ball forward. Ball goes down. No whistle. And it's going to be Holliston ball. No, they keep it. Still in. She plays it. Sally. Sally with space on the right side. Sally forward, and the ball goes out and hits the Holliston four-wheeler. And here we go. Caroline Sally with a high throw, headed by Hopkinton. Burke steps in. Burke with a touch, tries to turn, looking for Capabianco, who's in the game now. There's Freely. Freely pops it forward to Capabianco. There's Capabianco on the right side. Capabianco on the right side, coming up the right side. Ball steps, still has it, sends it forward, and yeah, it's going to be a Capabianco with a nice run. Had a Hopkinton player go down. They are, again, this is a very physical game. We've had a couple of injuries already. A couple of Hopkinton subs coming in. Here we go. Goal kick out. Left side. Capabianco gets a foot on it, and it sails out of bounds. It's going to be a Hopkinton throw. Okay, ball's in. Here we go. Back to play. There's Bergloff in the middle. Bergloff has it at her feet, sends it forward, pops it forward, but a little too strong, looking for Luisi. Hopkinton sends goal kick forward. Ball comes out. There's Sydney Brocato looking for Wolfgang. Wolfgang on the left side. Intercepted by Hopkinton. Ball pops up. Still there. Still in. Alyssa Brocato with a header. Strong header. Hopkinton header. Wolfgang looking for, or Luisi, sorry, for a header. And Luisi goes down. There's contact. So it's going to be a Holliston free kick at about the 31-yard line. We got a card. We have a yellow card. That's the first yellow card I've seen all season. Yeah. Okay, from at the exactly the 30-yard line, Sydney Brocato is going to take a free kick off the Hopkinton yellow. And this could be within her range. Let's see. Brocato sends it forward. Ball skips. She didn't get all of that one. She sends a one-hopper to McCluskey, and that was that. McCluskey doesn't get a clean kick, got to Bergloff. Bergloff tries to handle it. She plays back to Brocato. Brocato back to, looks in the middle for Luisi. Luisi to Bergloff. Bergloff with a step. Bergloff in front of the goal. Tries to get a piece. We had a Hopkinton Hopkins came over, cleared that out. Bergloff almost got a shot. Then a Hopkins defender come over and clear that out. Nice play, Bergloff. There was contact in there, but it's going to result in a Holliston corner kick. Another got a Hopkinton player that looks like she might have twisted something. Yeah, we have an injury timeout. All right, we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. We have a Hopkinton player that looks like she may have hurt her leg. Okay, we're back to play again here with a Holliston corner kick after the injury timeout. It's going to be Ava Bergloff taking the corner. All right. Bergloff, ball, nice ball in, high, cleared off. A lot of action in front. It's cleared out by Hopkinton, and here we go again. Hopkinton on the counter. Brocato, last person back. She sends the ball forward. Burke, header. Contact then. Got a whistle, and it's going to be Hopkinton free. That's Ellie Burke. Burke just got a card. So Capobianco comes out. Maggie Fitzgerald comes back in. So 67 minutes in, we still have no score. Hopkinton free. Ball forward, up there left side. Cross. There's Bergloff. Bergloff steps. Bergloff with a step to Luisi. Luisi with a step on the right side. Luisi breaks through. Luisi still with a step. Still with the ball on the right side. Pressure by Hopkinton. Sends it off the Hopkinton player and earns herself a corner. We're going to have another Holliston corner kick. Maggie Fitzgerald's going to take this corner. Holliston's top corner kicker, and there she goes. Fitzgerald, ball up. Nice ball, high ball in. Looking for Wolfgang, popped up by the keeper. She pops it out. Ball straight up. There's Burke. Burke in contact. Ball still up. Burke header. Back to Brocato. Got another whistle. It's going to be a Holliston free. Holliston free from the Hopkinton 30-yard line. It's going to be Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald taking the free kick. Maggie Fitzgerald. Strike. High. One hop. Just to the side of the keeper. Kristen McCluskey's able to handle that. No problemo. All right, here we go. Ball comes out again. Out to midfield. Sydney Brocato. Hannah Wolfgang. Ball bounce off hop. There's Ellie Burke over the head of Wolfgang. There's Bergloff there. Over her head. Burke tries to earn position, and she does for a moment, but then Hopkinton takes it back. Alyssa Brocato, nice move. Intercepted by Hopkinton. Hopkinton looks. There's Bergloff on the right side helping out. Bergloff turns back in the middle. Hopkinton steps in. Sydney Brocato sends it long forward with the left foot. Looking for Freely. Freely pressuring. Freely still pressuring. There's Sally on the outside. She goes down hard. Sally goes down hard, and she's getting up slowly. Okay. And it's going to be a Holliston free. Holliston free. Here comes Maggie Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald. Ball in. Wolfgang over her head. Hannah Wolfgang in pursuit. Nope, it's going to be Hopkinton. Hopkinton sends it forward. Capobianco's there. Capobianco turns it. She sends it back the other way. Long, high fly ball. Hopkinton header. Nice header, but it's going to go out of bounds. Strong throw in by Sally. Long throw over the head of the defender. There's Luisi. Luisi tries to push forward. She can't. Hopkins' defenses, they are stellar. They are strong back there. Hopkins not giving up anything back there. Here we go. Sally. Long throw. Over the head of Fitzgerald and Luisi. It's going to bounce twice right to the keeper. Allison trying to earn something off those throws, and here we go. Ball up. Bounces. Ball headed backwards. There's Brocato. And here comes Hopkinton. They keep the ball in. Ball's out to the middle. Ball bounces. There's Sally. Sally pops it up. Back to Hopkins. Sally again. Ball up. She got a foot on it. Sent it towards goal. I don't know if she tried to do that. Hopkins, the player, but turned into a shot, but went to right to Mary Kate Ward. Mary Kate Ward sends it long. Looking for Wolfgang. Bergoloff gets a foot on it. Wolfgang almost gets it. Hopkinton keeps it. Hopkinton keeps it still. Hopkinton to their left side. Forward. There's Sally. Hopkins on the left side. Trying to control it. Sally gets ahead. There's Wolfgang. Wolfgang pops it forward. There's Wolfgang. There's Mia Luisi, but then the ball gets strong kick. Bounces. Alyssa Brocato's there. She tries to get in on it. Here comes Hopkinton. There's Ellie Burke. Ellie Burke cleans it up. Ellie Burke up the left side. She's forward looking for, almost has Bergoloff, but makes a nice move. Hopkinton steps in. It's going to be a Holliston throw. Brocato. Header back. Do it again. Brocato again. Over the head of Wolfgang. Earns herself about 15 yards, and now it's going to be another Brocato throw. At the 72-minute mark here, Brocato throws in, looks for Luisi. Luisi tries to pop it up, getting position. Luisi with a piece, looking for Freely. Ball in front of the goal, but nope, it's cleared again by Hopkinton. Brocato tries to gain position. Still in. Hopkinton keeps it. Hopkinton keeps it. Ball forward. Intercepted by Alyssa Brocato. She sends a nice ball forward. Intercepted by Hopkinton. And contact. Ball goes out. It's going to be a Hopkinton throw. Hopkinton's going to make some substitutions. All right, here we go. Hopkinton throw. Over the head, there's Fitzgerald. She gets a piece of it. Brocato looks back to Fitzgerald. She touches it, sends it forward to the Hopkinton center back. Bergoloff in pressure. Fitzgerald steps in. Hopkinton keeps it. Burke steps in. There's Wolfgang, and there's ball forward on the right side. Hopkinton with space. Space on the right side. Ball in. Doesn't get a clean shot on it, and just goes wide. She had a little more time than she thought, I think. Ward. Here comes Ward. Strong kick out to about the 40. Ball stops. There's Burke. Ball's up. Hopkinton player goes down. No whistle. Here we go again. Here comes Luisi. She steps in, but then it's intercepted by Hopkinton. Ball's forward. Brocato plays back to keeper. There's Ward. Ward hammers it, left-footed. Out to Fitzgerald. She makes a nice play. There's Luisi. Luisi looking forward to Bergoloff. Freely. Freely up. Freely with the ball still. Freely still with the ball. Freely looks for Luisi. Luisi gets a foot on it. There's Burke. Burke on the right side. Burke with a step. Hopkins steps in. Who's that Hopkins center back? That's Olivia O'Connor. She's a captain. Olivia O'Connor's been having a game today. Ball gets thrown in. There's Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald looking on the outside. Has Brocato. Brocato tries to get position. Taken off her. Here comes Hopkinton. Stuffed by Hannah Wolfgang. Hannah Wolfgang pressure again. Holliston still. Wolfgang and Luisi. Ball's up high. Alyssa Brocato gets in. And it's going to be Holliston ball. That ball gets cleared. There's Brocato over the head, almost over there. There's Bergloff's there. Bergloff comes down with it. Bergloff chasing. She loses it. Here comes Hopkinton back. Ball forward. Hopkinton trying to, Holliston pursuing. High pressure. Here we go. Hopkinton coming up there, right side. Looks strong forward. Alyssa Brocato says, no thank you. And there's Hannah Wolfgang. Good position by Hopkinton. They pop it up forward. Burke tries to get position. She loses it. Here's Hopkinton forward. Tries to touch. Sally with a step. Wolfgang steps in. Hopkins still with pressure down in their end. Here comes Ward. Ward's going to clean this up. We're at the 75-minute mark here, and there's Mary Kate Ward sends a long ball into Hopkinson's end. Luisi with pressure. Ball up. Brocato. She sends the ball in forward. Wolfgang. Burke. Burke with a touch. Burke stays in. Ball's in. Burke forward to Luisi. Nothing. Comes back out to Hopkins, and there's Sally. It's like there's people getting tired now. Sally sends it forward, looking for Freely. There's Wolfgang. Wolfgang long pop forward. It's going to be Holliston throw. Off the head of the Hopkinton defender. Here we go. The closing minutes here. Ball, strong throw in by Sally. Fitzgerald tries to one time. And that goes off a Hopkinton player, and she gets hit in the face, and that hurts. And we got another injury timeout, so we're going to take a short break for this injury timeout. Okay, action about to start up again. Here we go. It's going to be a... Here we go. Holliston corner, ball in. Ball's up. Keeper gets a piece of it. Ball's still alive. Stepped in by a Hopkins defender, and they clear it out. Here they come the other way. Trying to come the other way. Ball goes way out. There's Alyssa Brocato to clean that up. Pressure, but she doesn't. She handles it. Comes back. Here comes Hopkinton. Hopkinton. Everybody's still on side, and they're trying to move forward. Sally. It's a long ball, but it's going to go hit the track. All right. As I said, we're in the closing minutes. Still no score. And this Holliston-Hopkinton derby. Got a Hopkinton sub. And here's the throw. Ball's in. Hopkinton keeps it. Still trying to pressure, but Holliston earns the ball back with some pressure. Strong throw by Sally. Ball's up. Fitzgerald tries to get in on it. That time she gets a foot on it. Here comes Hopkinton. Fitzgerald. Burke. I think they called somebody for a high foot there. That looked like a karate class there. All right, here you go. Hopkinton free. Ball in. Up the left side. Played. She keeps it, tries to turn it into traffic. Fitzgerald sends the ball forward. Brocato gets a head on it. Hopkinton pops it forward. There's Ward. Ward scoops it up. And Ward trying to turn things back around. Sends a long ball forward. Hopkinton header. Bergloff header. Hopkinton sends it forward. Step, pressure by Wolfgang. Wolfgang in contact. There's Bergloff. Almost comes away. Luisi almost comes away with it. Here we go. Again, that Hopkinton defense. Bergloff high. Luisi tries to head it back. One hops to the keeper. McCluskey out to the left side. Sally steps in, but stuffed by Hopkinton. Here she comes again. Sally. Again. Keeper. There's Burke. Hopkinton on the turn. Tries to send a ball through. It's going to be a race, and Mary Kate Ward's going to win it. And she gets the ball well over midfield. Sends it out. There's Bergloff. Luisi sends it forward. Freely with pressure. Keeper's out, but McCluskey's going to get to it. McCluskey takes her time, looks around, pops it up to the right side. Keeper, there's Wolfgang. Luisi step. Luisi with a step in. Burke. Here comes Hopkins, then she sends the ball across. There's Sally. Sally pops it forward, looking for Freely. Freely on the right side. Freely with contact. Freely still keeps it. Freely still has it. Nope. That's Olivia O'Connor on the outside. Another big contact with Mia Wolfgang. That's going to be Holliston throw. And we got another player down. Looks like it's Alyssa Brocato. Okay, here we're back. Here comes Sydney Brocato, Holliston free kick in her own territory. Sends the ball forward. Has Bergloff. She pops it up looking for Luisi. Luisi pops it up back to Bergloff. Contact. There's Burke. Burke forward. There's Luisi. Luisi gets a piece. Luisi goes down. Ball cleared out by Hopkinton. Here they go. Holliston throw. Sally. Long throw in. Looking for Bergloff. Bergloff with contact. Hopkinton clear. Wolfgang steps in. There's Bergloff with contact. And it's going to be a whistle, and it's going to be a Hopkinton kick. And that's it, folks. And that's it. So on the senior day game, we have a Hopkinton Holliston play to a 0-0-0-0 draw. Holliston still remains undefeated, although I'm sure they would like to come away with the W here, but I'll give it to Hopkins. They played a tough game, some super strong defense and some great goalkeeping. So they hold the onslaught of Holliston off. So with a final score, Holliston 0 and Hopkinton 0. We'll see you next time here on Holliston Cable Access TV for the Holliston Panthers. On behalf of our executive producer, Matt Podvinsky, I'm John Drohan. We'll see everybody next time.